What?
Mikel, we're talking about Europe. Are you excited to be actually going back into Europe?
I am, and we missed it last year so much. Those night games at the Emirates, that atmosphere, playing against European teams, the preparation is just very different, and it's great. And as well, it brings other opportunities to other players. You can rotate more. Everybody feels more participating. It's great.
When you saw, I don't know if you watched the Champions League draw yesterday. Did you sort of watch it and maybe have regrets, think, oh, we could have been in there?
We could have been there, and maybe another year with the same level of performance that we had, we should be there. But we weren't there. Learn the lessons, understand why we weren't there, what is the level required, and go into the next step and try again.
But obviously, you're going to be playing probably less glamorous games, and there's some quite arduous trips in there involved, which you probably don't get in the Champions League. Is that the downside of the Europa League?
That's the competition that you played, but that's all in paper. Then the reality is pretty different, and I think there are some good examples about the team that won that competition in the last few years.
Final question. I mean, in the Champions League, you probably can't really afford to rotate too much. Can you do it? Can you maybe rotate a bit more in Europa League?
Depending the level of the opposition, again, the state of the squad, where everybody is, but. Let's see. Let's take it game by game. Let's see who we get in the draw. Let's see how we are. How is the fitness of the team, and we'll make the best possible decisions.
Hi, Mikel. In terms of that rotation in the Europa League, I guess would players' on-pitch chemistry depend on whether you choose to drop a player out or keep them in? Because I guess you want to see how they play off each other.
Yes, and rotation means you rotate 2 players, 3 or 10. And then that chemistry, that fluency, the amount of minutes that they spend together, the fitness level that they are, it's all part of the strategy. Get the best out of the team and find the right balance between doing that and not dropping the level of performance.
Is that something that comes into your mind when, with the 5 subs rule, trying not to kind of, I guess, overuse that as well, maybe?
Depends, but at the same time you have the needs to win. The needs to win today, and who do you believe that is going to get you there? And when everybody's firing and everybody's doing what it needs to do, gives chances. I think we've done many changes and rotation in the last few years.
Hi Mikel, you mentioned that yourself and the club kind of had the strategy of bringing players in quite early in the window, maybe before the players had left. I wonder how much you think that has impacted the early form of the club, and is that the best strategy, do you think, going forward in future transfers?
For coaches, for sure. For the club, obviously, it's a little bit more risky because you are buying before selling. For the coaches, for sure. The quicker you have the players here, the quicker that you can have them around and have them adapted and implement your ideas and get them experience those ideas and training as quick as possible. It's, in my opinion, really beneficial.
And you've mentioned before that often you've quite enjoyed challenging times at the club where you've seen kind of the players' reaction. Is it a very different kind of period where things are going quite well, things are going quite smoothly? Obviously you want that as a manager, but it must be a little bit different in terms of what you do day to day in the week. Yeah,
and keep the standards high and keep the demands even higher and make sure that everybody's at it every single day, because we've done nothing. We've won 3 games. We need to beat Fulham right now, and in order to do that, we're going to have to be really good on Saturday, perform at the level that we've been performing or higher.
Mikel, at what stage should we consider Arsenal to be title contenders? There's only 35 games to go now.
You won't hear it from me. You're not going to hear from me. That is the next game, is the next training session, and go day by day.
Is it a problem in a nice way that things are going well, because it gives you selection issues and different problems to solve than when, say, this time last year?
It's a very different problem. I prefer this problem, that's for sure. And we need to maintain the cohesion of the team and the belief in the team that everybody is able to contribute, and they are doing it because the 5 subs as well. I think it helps a lot.
Last one, Dan.
Okay, I just wanted to ask you quickly about Emile Smith Rowe. I mean, at this time last year, I think he was around the England squad, and you mentioned the World Cup and also conversations you had with Nico about minutes. I just wondered, have you been speaking to him? Has he been having similar conversations? Because there are some concerns about how much...
No, because he's been injured. He's not had a clean preseason. He's not there yet. Obviously, he participated in the last few games, and he needs to now earn the right to play in the team. In order to do that, he needs to perform and be consistent.
Will the Europa League be a kind of key outlet for players?
Every day for me is the key. What he shows every day, and that consistency, that hunger, and increase the level.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, thank you.
See you tomorrow.